What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Bearded Browns podcast tonight. I'm going to shut that music off now because there's a lot to talk about. It's the end of the year, but everybody say, hey, what's up to Angel here?
What is up, people? What is up?
The Browns
Go
may be
Browns.
done, but we are not.
We are just getting started.
Yes. There
Posted
is.
this link.
Oh, yeah. Let's make sure we didn't
Posted it.
botch this week and we are actually live.
Yeah, last weekend we were supposed to go live. We did a whole show. It'll be the Forgotten Show.
1 hour and 17 minutes. I recorded it. That didn't show up, and we were live. It said, and we got about 7 seconds of video on YouTube.
Yep.
Oh, that was a great time. Oh man. Yeah, we have a lot going on with the Browns still, even though it is the off season. Obviously a lot of coaching changes around the whole NFL because that's just the way it works. And Andrew Berry's kind of trying to be secretive about some of it seems.
Yeah, and that's how they roll, though. That's how the organization is. They're very secretive, very to themselves, which I kind of like. It's kind of Bill Belichick-y.
Yeah, keeping everybody on their toes, I guess.
Yeah, you can't let the enemy know your plans, man. You just can't. I know the media is like, he doesn't see anything. Well, good.
Yeah. So you want to talk about coaching changes that we know of as of now?
Yes, let's do it.
All right. I wish I had some music set up for this because it's going to be a whole new year. I believe, honestly, in the NFL for each team, there are 24 coaching positions on each team. You got offensive line coaches, you got defensive line coaches, tight end coaches, all that. First of all, we got rid of our offensive coordinator, Alex Van Pelt. Let's talk about him first. What do you think about that? Oh, yeah, I did it this time.
I mean, I don't know what he did, right? Like, he wasn't the OC. Was he the gameplay coordinator? We don't know what that means. I mean...
Well, here's the thing, Angel. It's, yes, he wasn't making the play calls, but it was him and Stefanski, amongst others, writing up the plays. I'm thinking Stefanski didn't like his approach anymore at all. And it just finally came to an end.
Do you think the difference between Watson, I was reading that the big difference between how Watson and Flacco played had a part to do with it? Because it seemed like Flacco picked up the offense a lot better than Watson did.
Yeah, especially in that last game, that could have been a huge killer because with seeing the way Flacco was throwing, didn't seem like it was every other game that we watched this year with Flacco in. So obviously the one at the end of the day is Kevin Stefanski making the play calls.
Yeah.
They are talking about bringing somebody in that will make the play calls besides Kevin Stefanski, and at the end of the day, that's always up to him.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. I want to actually look that up. I wonder how many head coaches in the NFL actually make all the play calls.
For sure, KC, San Francisco. Those are the two I can only think of. Sean McVay.
8 coaches. Doesn't
8. Okay.
Let me see if it's going to tell me.
Yeah.
Because you probably have to read half a book to get to that. I should have looked this up, but oh yeah, Matt LaFleur, Green Bay, Brian Daboll, Buffalo, Andy Reid, Kansas City, John Gruden, Raiders, Joe Brady, Panthers, and Byron Leftwich. Wait,
he's not a coach.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, these are the best play callers in the NFL. Oh. Man, some of these guys aren't even
coaches.
Yeah. Wow, that was a bomb again. Apologize for that false information. Should have looked this up before the show, but there are quite a few coaches that do it. Sometimes we've all been to agreement with Kevin Stefanski. Yeah, he should make the play calls, and then there's days or weeks where you're like, "Why did you do that, Kevin?"
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna see what happened. Alex Van Pelt is gone. The one I didn't understand was the running back coach, Stump Mitchell.
Yeah, that was confusing considering the loss of Chubb. Maybe now I did read an article that they were only averaging 3 yards outside of the tackles per carry, which you would think, well, 3 times you run the ball, you get a first down, but they didn't seem to like that. Also, to the receiving yards for the running backs were less than they wanted. Maybe the development of Ford, which didn't progress throughout the year, kind of hurt him. Because I don't think he got any better. Nor Strong. Strong was consistent, but I mean, they didn't play him too much.
We really didn't. I wish we
And
would
Hunt
have.
is and Hunt is who Hunt is. He's just gonna get short yardage, your goal line, 1 yard play.
The red zone basher.
So I'm thinking maybe that's why. Now that I'm talking about, maybe they didn't see growth in Ford as they hoped, and they needed to blame somebody. So blame the guy that works with them every day.
Very true. I mean, what did the guy have? Like 890 yards, something like that.
Yeah,
Jerome Ford,
yeah, yeah. He did.
averaging 3.5 yards per play, I believe. So I mean, it wasn't too bad, but maybe they're just trying to take a whole different approach and change the whole offensive scheme.
Yeah,
That
maybe.
could be a big thing. And you know what? Go for it, because now do you think we're predictable, or maybe we're unpredictable because we've had 5 starting quarterbacks this year? Like,
Yeah, yeah. And that's the thing. It's like, how can you? It's just a weird year, man. With that, the whole injury thing in general. But like, how can you judge the running back coach based upon the mess that has happened this year? But I mean, they know more than we do, obviously, because they work with them every day. They're in the building, so maybe there's more to it than just what we see.
and in Andrew Berry's press conference, he actually did seem really optimistic about Nick Chubb. He said they were up in the booth watching the game, and Nick Chubb was walking around all freely, like nothing ever happened. And Andrew Berry's like, "Dude, aren't you supposed to be on crutches?" And he's like, "The next day we found out, the crutches could be gone. He didn't need them anymore.
Well,
He's able to walk on his own." So that's a start. I'll take that.
yeah, definitely. Hopefully be ready at least close to the season starting, but maybe who knows? Maybe by bye week if we don't get a week 5 bye week like this year.
Man,
Ridiculous.
they're saying he's doing like 2-a-days, still trying to rehab and get well. So we will see, man. That's going to be a crucial part of next year,
For sure.
depending on who the quarterback is, obviously, and what approach we're going to take with the new offensive coaching. We also did let go of the tight ends coach, T.C. McCartney.
Well, the only one outside of like the playoff game where Harrison was not here. Yeah, Harrison Bryant. I mean, went off.
Harrison
I mean,
Bryant,
Njoku was the only tight end to get the ball. Like they get this new guy from Houston, and maybe he has what 10, 11 catches all year. No, no, you can blame the inconsistency of quarterback too on that because I mean, if you don't have a quarterback that has consistent chemistry, then you're going to be not knowing who's going to get the ball, and there's no chemistry between the two.
Absolutely, I agree. The biggest one right now is the Bill Callahan move. That's a huge. It's not for sure yet, obviously, but
Yeah,
you know what's going on.
There's the writings on the wall. He's going to go play with his, I mean, coach with his son. I
In
mean,
Tennessee.
understandable. So yeah, understandably so. That's gonna suck. That's gonna hurt the most because he seemed to transform any lineman or tackle into a Pro Bowl. It seems like so it's gonna be hard to replace him.
That's yeah. It's gonna be that's a crucial spot, man. We really really need somebody good in there. That goes without saying, I believe.
Yeah. Call up Joe Thomas, see if he's interested.
Well, we interviewed Andy Dickerson for an offensive coordinator position. He was with the Browns, I believe, in 2020. He also interviewed with the Bengals as well this week too. So obviously we haven't gotten rid of him yet, so we don't know what's going to happen. But we're interviewing offensive coordinators. So
Yeah. That Texans dude, what's his name? The one Deshaun likes.
Gerard Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Rod Johnson.
yeah. That's he might be an offensive coordinator as well. He was a QB coach at Texans at Houston Texans.
Oh, Johnson, wasn't he the guy that just got let go?
I think he's still
Eagles. Philadelphia?
there. I believe so, but for now, he interviewed today. So that could be huge. Deshaun
Yeah.
Watson really loves him. CJ Stroud really loves him.
Yeah, you gotta get Watson someone he's comfortable with, from the mental standpoint, which I'm more afraid of than his injury. I think you can give him someone who's comfortable with that will help him out a little bit.
Yeah. Had a customer yesterday, and we had a long talk about the Browns. He took him from Rocky River to Lorain, and we talked about the Browns the entire way out there. And he's skeptical. I think just as skeptical as all of us are when it comes to Deshaun Watson, because you and I agreed upon this numerous times where we don't like the way Deshaun Watson runs the ball.
Yeah, he's gonna stay in that pocket for sure.
You watch it happen. We have the offensive line again. We'll talk about it. That could hold the pocket well. When you run out and those guys don't know it, they're blocking guys and letting them go because you're off 5 yards away from them now.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't like it. Some teams it works for, and I don't think it's our thing at all. But,
Yeah, and I even think Lamar is having a good season because he's in the pocket more throwing as opposed to running, and he's actually healthy.
The only quarterback in the AFC North that is healthy.
Yeah. Ironically, that was the big thing when he signed his contract, saying that can he stay healthy? Can he stay healthy? And look at he's gonna probably win the Super Bowl this year.
It's insane, dude. Over $600 million, over $900 million of quarterbacks in the AFC North, and only one of them is playing.
It's insane. Injuries suck.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about the cap just yet. I want to talk about the whole season as a whole. I want to know what everybody thought about the season where we thought we were legitimately going to go all the way. Obviously, there's been injuries that killed us every week. Every single week, Angel, we were talking about injuries, and it's something you don't want to talk about. Big ones, small ones, but still somehow they overcame them and we're pulling off wins. That was the biggest part of our season. We overcame, we still conquered, and for us to still just make it into the playoffs with all that we've seen happen this year, I think we did a pretty damn good job.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I put a poll on my Facebook page, and people kind of tend to agree. It's a typical Deshaun Watson lingo, and the coach doesn't know how to play call. But other than that, I feel, I mean, over 2,000 people voted. I feel like a good amount of people voted that they had a good season considering the injuries, which is true. I mean, you had double-digit wins in you went through 5 different quarterbacks and 17, 19 people on the injury reserve. I mean, and they're big players, mainly your starting quarterback and starting running back. Not too many people can lose their starting quarterback and running back and still win double-digit games.
And lose half their offensive line.
Yeah, half your offensive line too, and still win. That I don't understand. Like the play calling point people may have on Kevin, but the team won. If you take a step back now, after all the emotions are gone that they lost in Houston the way they did, to even get there is simply insane. Considering everything, like you said, every week we were talking about a player being down, Cooper, this person, that person, but Kevin navigated through all that. Barry got the people that the players that they needed to fill in holes, and they did pretty well.
Yeah. It's a part of building the culture that we talk about frequently as well, because this is the second time in 4 years that we've been in the playoffs. That's you never hear that in Browns news. Now it's going to be hopefully a natural occurring process, and we could pull it off every year.
I mean, next step, you do eventually would like to win the division, preferably get the number one seed. Just look at Baltimore. They basically had 2.5 weeks off, and they look rested. They look like they're ready to play.
And we still had the opportunity to do that at the end of the year. We needed a lot of things to happen, and unfortunately for us, they did not. But we still went out there and balled and took it with a grain of salt and laid out. I really wish we would have kind of still went out there with winning mentality against the Bengals and just won that game, kept the morale up, and went into that game and beat the Texans again with CJ Stroud. It's just everybody looked drained, and
yeah, they did look lethargic. They did. I mean, even the first drive, you can see kind of like Flacco was just like off a little bit.
That drink is so good.
Liquid Death.
The green one.
Yeah, my wife, she tried the melon. Is it melon? The red can. And she's like, oh my God, this is amazing. So I ordered her 16 cans. So she can, because she kept on drinking and I'm like, I'll get 16 and I'm down to 4 because she's drinking it. You know, I'm like, you get your own.
I told you before the show I have to drink out of a sippy cup at the desk because I decided to spill over the weekend while watching football.
Man, spill it all over his board.
That was an error, but I fixed it. I think we're live. Sound
as
well.
Glitching.
I think we're good. My wife's like, throw in a bowl of rice. I'm like, no, I'm not taking all this thing apart. No way.
You forget how to put it back together,
dude. No, not only that. I had to literally wipe everything down in between each knob, and I was taking buttons off, trying to get them down in there and make sure everything was dry. There's no way. I got enough wires sticking out of there. 5 or 6 wires. Yeah, I'm good.
Jeez, got lucky.
I did this time. So now sippy cup it is. See that? Oh, there it is.
No, yeah. Brown and orange matches your background.
Yes.
New backgrounds for the both of us, man.
Hey, I like that. All that orange.
All the orange.
I love it. I do want to still talk about the year, and there's something that's just bothering me because I've been looking at the salary cap. You and I talked about this before the show, and the salary cap, the way it looks, we're going to talk about it in a little bit, but I want you guys to wrap your mind around something. Is you're studying a salary cap for a team that has the highest salary cap in the league, and then you look at the benefactors of each player, the everything in detail. I had to take some Tylenol before this show tonight. Like, it is
so many numbers.
It's insane, and a lot of things are going to have to happen. A lot. Nobody's going to really necessarily lose money, but we'll talk about it in a little bit. I keep on bringing it up to get some of it out, but I got to keep it there. Man.
If you like numbers, stay tuned because we're going to have a lot of them.
Yeah, there's a lot of numbers. Still a lot more to talk about. We are going to take a very quick break, though. It's a word from our sponsors.
Shout out to our sponsors.
So we'll be right back. What is up, everybody? Mike Wilkes here from the Bearded Browns podcast. Letting you know that we're going to be working with Mistakes on the Lake Clothing. They have everything you need. Why not check them out? If you want to go to their store, it's 4542 Liberty Avenue in beautiful Vermilion, Ohio. Want to contact them? Their phone number is 440-670-3145. They have everything from Cleveland to Columbus gear. They have Lake Erie gear. Why not check it out? It's all great stuff you can get for your wife, your kids, your newborn. They even have onesies. Shirts that say good moms and dads don't raise Michigan fans. Just Ohio stuff, and it's awesome. So be sure to check them out. They have everything you need. Even the candles, custom coasters, can koozies, wine tumblers, phone grips, everything, stickers. It is awesome. Check them out. Do not be the mistake on the lake and regret this decision. Go and check them out. Oh, you are there.
Made it. It's like I never left.
I didn't leave either at all.
Me neither. I was just doing some homework.
So, everybody, welcome back to the Bearded Browns podcast. Mike Wilkes, Angel Ortiz. We're going to talk some more Browns. There's still so much, man. There's going to be a lot more too, because we're going to only do 1 or 2 shows a month. Jeez.
We're only going to do 1 or 2 a week.
We could do that.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm down. No, I'm kidding.
I was going to try to think like what days I can do it.
Maybe during the season, we'll figure something out. It'll be more fun.
Yeah.
But again, we are going to be here all year. We want people to give us suggestions, maybe a year to talk about. We'll bring up the roster. We'll have facts with the Angels still. It's just a lot of stuff to talk about in the past, and keep the Browns love going throughout the year. That way nobody forgets, especially the fake fans. We could bring it to you. So yeah. I want to hold off on a salary cap so bad.
A lot to talk about the salary cap. So what do you think about the Baker Mayfield and his game against Detroit, which he was playing pretty good. Yeah, I mean, he was good.
It's Baker.
And that's a big compliment coming from me. I was impressed with him.
And you know what? I'm glad you brought it up, because all these Browns fans that wanted him gone, everybody, all over Facebook, YouTube, everything, just rubbing it in. And there's people out there that love the guy still. I do. You seen last week on the show that didn't air.
Yeah.
I was wearing his jersey.
Yeah.
I like Baker. I was hoping he was going to go a little bit further. I didn't really care who won that game. I wanted both teams to win, to be honest. But that can't happen.
Yes. I be honest, I wanted Baker to lose because I have a lot of people who are still his fans, and they only show up when he wins. So my timeline would have been, hey, where's Watson now? Baker's the best type of mentality. You see what I'm saying? So for me, it's like you're Baker fans or Baker bros. You only come out when he has an excellent game, as opposed to when he has a subpar game and you guys are quiet for the next 2 weeks. But I mean, he did what he did. He did what he does, man. He had a great game, and this is what I believe the organization saw in him. Somebody who can put you in a position to win, but can't seem to get over that hump to get that win.
Yeah, I agree. And we all knew that as Browns fans, but the guy got us somewhere where we haven't been in a long time. So everybody fell in love with this guy.
Yeah, and I attribute to a folklore. Baker comes out and wins us a game that we haven't won in a year. And he opens up the refrigerators and everyone got free beer. Everyone just loved him. And he had a great 2-3 years here. I mean, he did throw a lot of picks, A lot of people forget about that. They're on Deshaun Watson about his pick throwing ability and Flacco's pick throwing ability, but he threw picks the last 2 years he was here. He threw a lot of picks. I think it was 30 something when I saw it. Um, I mean, so there's a reason. Now, I do think it would be smart for Tampa to keep him because I think Tampa can put talent around him to up his ability a little bit.
I agree.
I mean, Mike Evans is a beast. All those catches, like he was just throwing up, and Mike Evans was just like,
Yeah, dude, effortlessly.
that's just insane.
So I got Baker Mayfield stats as a Cleveland Brown. 2018 threw for 3,725 yards.
4 interceptions.
Completion 310, 27 touchdowns, 14 interceptions with a QBR of 101.5. Not bad. That was when he came in the Jets game.
Yeah, he tore it up.
Dominated. 2019, 3,827 yards, 317 completions, 22 touchdowns, 21 interceptions.
See, that's
85.7 QBR. But 2020, see, this is so weird because you just see it stagger and come back.
The inconsistency, yeah.
So 2020, 3,563 yards with 305 completions, 26 touchdowns, 8 interceptions with a QBR 103.1. 21, 3,010 passing yards, 253 completions, 17 touchdowns, and 13 interceptions with a 90.1.
Inconsistent. That's what the organization saw. They saw that he'll have a good year, and when he's in the position of where people doubt him, now he's motivated to prove them wrong, and then he proves everybody wrong, and then he's like going back to double interceptions again.
So this year alone, he had a better year than any year, throwing for 4,044 yards. Sorry. And that was loud. I'm sorry. Can't wait to hear that on the Apple podcast when I'm listening to it tomorrow. Just a big old thud.
The way you said it too, you're like, sorry.
So this year for Tampa Bay, Baker threw for 4,044 yards, 364 completions. That's more than any as a Brown, in both categories. 28 touchdowns, more than any Browns year that he had. Was that a sneeze? Bless you?
Yeah, I sneezed.
And QBR 101.5. So exactly like you said, Angel, I think that it is correct to keep him in Tampa.
Yeah.
That's where he belongs. He found his niche there, I guess. To each their own. That's where he needs to be.
I think that's my boy Matt. He said how much of that is game plan and his talent failing to execute. I think it's a lot of his. He has a ceiling. We've seen it here. He has a ceiling. He has games where he'll go off three or four games in a row. He looks like the best thing since sliced bread. But then he comes down to earth, and it's a bad down to earth where his completion percentage is like 0.69, and you're like, what the heck is going on? The inconsistency is killing me. It's killing. Also, too, I want to point out that you have to factor in this year to the fact that his division sucked.
9 wins.
The defenses in his division, which he played twice each team, sucks. So I expect him to come down next year once there's better talent on those teams.
I agree. That's going to happen because, I mean, it was a weird year for every division, to be honest, unless you're Detroit Lions or the Eagles. Well, they started falling off at the end of the year,
they lost 5 of 6, man. That's crazy.
I couldn't believe it. Did you see Jason Kelce at the Kansas City game? Oh, dude, man.
He's done. He's retired too. Yeah, he did it. Yeah, he deserves to celebrate. I knew the Eagles were. I mean, we knew it on our podcast. We had Baker going on past them, but you knew the day before the game when Jalen Hurts said, "I don't like that way the offense is being played this year." It's like, dude, you're about to play a game and you complain about your offense. That's insane.
Yeah, and the thing that was pissing me off the most is all these guys and girls that cannot stand Baker Mayfield, all these Cleveland fans that still have Baker fandom as well, I believe, because they can't get off of it.
Mm-hmm.
Bragging about how he lost. This is Baker. Yeah, we get that. We got that. But the dude is gone, man. Get over yourselves. Like, no,
and he got there. He got the divisional round. Give him something for that, right?
While us Cleveland Browns fans were sitting on the couch, he was still playing football.
Still playing football, yeah. And he's $2 million richer for making the playoffs. So keep that.
We were not. And
yeah, I got respect for Baker. I just don't. I just think the fans. Some of it. Now there's a gray and black area, and the middle area is get talk. I don't think they speak up enough because I do think there's a balance area, but I do think the fans are just totally obsessed with him, over exaggerate his ability, while the other fans who hate him downplay his ability. I'm in the middle. I think he can play. I think he's a baller, but there's going to be a lot of. He's a poor man's Brett Favre.
Yes, and I think that he could be really what everybody wants him to be, especially in Tampa. He just needs to stop worrying about outside stuff. I think that was one of his biggest things here. Yes, Frankie, I'll bring that up here shortly. He said we did got Tommy Rees from the Alabama's offensive coordinator. He is the we hired him as, what did we hire him as? Hold on, I had that written down here.
Tight end coach?
Tight end coach, yes. Sorry. The tight end coach.
Didn't he say, too, that he's going to help with the game planning, offense, planning the offense, too?
He's going to have to. It's going to be a rough year, especially after, hold on, what did he say? With Baker, there's a misunderstanding of what happened and what his intentions were, and the Browns upper room did to him. Yeah, they kind of did him dirty. I'm not going to say dirty. Baker still wanted to play when he was here with that shoulder injury because, you know, the Cleveland Browns quarterbacks has a thing with their shoulders every year, it seems.
Every year. It's like a disease.
Baker said he wanted to play. He said he was ready to play, and he had that weird sling thing on that he was wearing on his shoulder, and it was his throwing arm. And, yeah, it's going to affect you, man. You can throw one ball the wrong way or get hit the wrong way, and that's it. And you're still playing through that injury.
And to bring it back, like Deshaun Watson wanted to play, and they let him play injured. That's part of Kevin's issue. I think they should have not have. They just should have been. And also, too, I believe it wasn't the contract year-ish for Baker, so I'm sure he wanted to play to get his numbers improved and show that he can win. I believe the organization, from what Frank was saying, should have been like, stay home, because I know he had to hop on the plane to go to Green Bay that night once he was cleared to play.
Right.
You know, and that's what threw everything off.
Poor play.
Yeah. You live, you learn.
So while we're done talking about our ex-quarterback, because don't forget, guys, it is the guy that got us to where we haven't been in a long time.
Very long time.
I'm not a Baker fandom guy. I still have respect for the guy because he came here and did things that other quarterbacks could not do. So with that being said, let the guy go.
Let it go.
Yeah.
Let it go.
He is gone. He's gone. He's not going to be a Brown, I don't think, ever again. Really?
Yeah, I don't think he's going to come back. I don't see him coming back to Cleveland. If he does, that'll be must be something going on.
Not after that. But another thing I did want to talk about is the schedule. So we don't know the exact scheduled dates, but we know what teams we're playing. And I'm going to go over this real quick. This is the 2024 Cleveland Browns schedule, all to be announced, obviously. But it's a tough schedule, man.
Yeah, you got those Cowboys coming in town.
Oh, man. So we got Washington Commanders at FedEx Field. This is in no particular this is no particular order, but yes, that's going to be an easy win because they're going to have a bunch of new stuff happening in Washington this year, and I don't think they're going to be a great team again. We got Pittsburgh and Pittsburgh, Cincinnati and Cincinnati, Baltimore at M&T, Baltimore at home, Cincinnati in Cleveland, Pittsburgh in Cleveland, Kansas City in Cleveland. That is a redemption game, dude.
Yeah, that's going to be a good game.
You want to go to that game? Let's go.
It depends how cold it is.
No, we're going.
I'm not a cold man, dude. Just not.
Just
We'll,
got a
we'll
cold
pencil
heart.
it in.
We're going to that game.
Let's pencil it in.
James Frank says, "I'm still grateful for Baker, but he doesn't wear brown and orange."
That's facts.
Remember what happened the last time the Browns played the Cowboys?
Yeah, we won. OBJ.
Yeah.
I need to get a hotkey that's someone saying facts. Whenever someone says something I agree with, I can just hit that.
No, we got.
He didn't want to take the surgery soon because he wanted to play through it. Yeah, but that was a silly decision by Baker.
It was selfish on both. I think Stefanski as well, because Stefanski said, "No, dude, you're sitting out."
Yeah, I think Kevin wanted that to happen because he wanted to say, "Look, this dude sucks. Let's get him out."
That's another theory that was tossed up. But hey, everybody, Baker Mayfield is gone. He's not a Cleveland Brown.
Yes.
Everybody can get over that now.
Every time Baker's name is brought up in the chat, we will be doing this. Shooting it down. Shooting it down.
Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, he's about to have a baby too. Well, his wife is about to have a baby.
Oh yeah, I hope he wouldn't. I mean, it's 2024, so.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we got Kansas City at First Energy, Los Angeles Chargers at First Energy, Dallas Cowboys in Cleveland, New York Giants.
That's good. If there's a game I would want to go to, it would be that one.
I hope it's.
But that'll be a high price ticket too, because those Cowboy fans are going to be paying anything to get there.
I hope it's like a November game and it's like 20 degrees. We're going. New York Giants at Cleveland, Denver Broncos at Mile High.
Again?
Yeah.
Why did they do
this
this to us? We do not play well in Denver. They're like, oh, let's put them in Denver.
And that's that stadium that is built to favor them. Like they had it, so when that crowd goes crazy, I think the whole world could hear it, dude. It's like the shock heard around the world, to be honest. It's insane.
It doesn't matter who they have at quarterback. They might have a rookie. He's still going to beat us somehow. It's just ridiculous.
It's like the Jets used to do to us.
Yeah.
Las Vegas in Vegas. That'll be a good game.
Should be Antonio Pierce.
Philly. Hopefully they'll fall off. Miami at Cleveland. Sorry.
Yeah, Miami at Cleveland. That's going to be a good game. Now, this is depending if Watson is playing. If not, then it might not be a good game.
Yeah. Then we got Jacksonville in Jacksonville. That's going to be a good game.
Yeah.
If everything's all right.
Everyone's healthy.
Yes. And then New Orleans Saints at the Superdome. That should
be one.
Yeah, it should be, but that's the Cleveland
Browns.
But
they did beat us in a Snow Bowl a couple of years ago.
Yeah, it doesn't count. It doesn't count. Why did I say that?
It
doesn't count anymore.
Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah, Matt Crosby is a beast, James. I agree. And yes, James, I am ready for Chubb to come back and play. I blame Matt, who is Growl Answer Dragon. That's his name. He's a Pittsburgh fan, by the way. He is an enemy.
Oh, I'm kicking him out right now. No, I'm kidding.
You got Pittsburgh fans up in our feed. Look at that. They're trying to hear our secrets to report it back.
I'm going to start calling people double Fs that talk about Baker and all that.
Yes.
Fake fans.
That's probably the last time we talk about Baker, right?
No, it won't be.
Yeah, probably not. Because we'll probably play him.
Right, we know that. Not next year, we know that. But, man, can you imagine that?
Him coming into Cleveland to play Cleveland. And he'll probably do it in 2026. Probably.
We will see. Let's talk about Joe Flacco. What? Oh, yeah. I agree. I'm not.
He's talking about Watt.
Miles Garrett is better. Max Crosby's a beast. And yes, Miles Garrett, I think, is better than Watt.
What's up, Paul?
What's up, Paul? Yeah, what up, Paul? Pressure-wise, I think Watt gets in there, and everybody's scared of Watt and Miles Garrett. It's a fact. It is a fact. I think that more people are scared of, because remember back in the day when Miles Garrett came out, he always had long sleeve shirts on. Always. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. Watt's a huge dude too, but once he took them long sleeve shirts off,
People are like,
Yeah, they're like, dude, this dude's on drugs, and the NFL drug tested him.
drugs.
Make sure-
Let's make sure he's not taking
They're
any
like, no,
extra
dude.
tests.
Yeah, you're a freak of nature. Get over here. I need your blood.
He's he's a beast, man. I do think Watt doesn't get pulled on every play like Miles does.
No, and they called it like a week after Miles was freaking out about it. They called it on Watt twice in that game.
Yeah,
Not on Watt, but for Watt.
yeah, for Watt. There's an argument with that. Like I think Watt gets away with. He's also is a dirty player. You've seen a couple of those plays that he would like hit the defender while he was down, or offensive player while they were down.
Right.
Yeah, he's a Pittsburgh guy. That's quite a bit dirty.
Crap. We got to take a break real quick. We'll be right back. We're going to talk Joe Flacco as soon as we come back. You guys down for that? You down for that?
Yes.
And then
Flacco.
we're going to have some facts with an angel as well. So we will be right back. What is up, everybody? Mike Wilkes here from the Bearded Browns podcast. Letting you know that we're going to be working with Mistakes on the Lake Clothing. They have everything you need. Why not check them out? If you want to go to their store, it's 4542 Liberty Avenue in beautiful Vermilion, Ohio. Want to contact them? Their phone number is 440-670-3145. They have everything from Cleveland to Columbus gear. They have Lake Erie gear. Why not check it out? It's all great stuff you can get for your wife, your kids, your newborn. They even have onesies. Shirts that say good moms and dads don't raise Michigan fans. Just Ohio stuff, and it's awesome. So be sure to check them out. They have everything you need. Even the candles, custom coasters, can koozies, wine tumblers, phone grips, everything, stickers. It is awesome. Check them out. Do not be the mistake on the lake and regret this decision. Go and check them out. We're back.
We are back.
Oh, man.
I disagree, Matt. There's no way Miles is dirty.
Wait, I had to stop the music for that. Miles Garrett, dirty player.
Yeah, he's saying Miles Garrett is as dirty as TJ Watt. Lies. See, I need another high key. Lies. Lies.
Here, I got one for that. Ready?
Yes, thank you. Thank you. I
Man,
got one too.
Miles Garrett.
That's what we think about that one, Matt. Think of
Dirty
that.
player,
That's
Miles
pretty
Garrett.
funny.
One of the most respected guys in the league, dirty player.
He's actually too nice. If you want to argue that point, but that's the different day.
And he's a huge nerd. I love it.
Yeah. He's in the dragons and stuff.
And Jurassic Park.
Yeah, Jurassic Park dinosaurs. Sorry, not dragons.
He's in the
Dinosaurs.
Dragons as well. Dungeons and Dragons and all that. All them games.
Shout out to all those nerds.
Yes. Joe Flacco is what I want to talk about now. And I heard Andrew Berry in a press conference today saying that he wants to bring all the good players back. And he didn't say something about the medium players because that would have been rude. But Joe Flacco was a big name that was brought up in. Right now, he is in the free agents category. And what I heard is that the Cleveland Browns are going to let him play it out in the free agency pool, see what happens, and then possibly go after him. I just don't think we're going to start him because we got Deshaun Watson that we have to play and see what he's going to do. But I think it'd be good to have Joe Flacco either on the sidelines or in the game.
Yeah, I think you need Joe Flacco on the sidelines after throwing nearly 50 picks in the short amount of time that he was here. And I do think that would be a good move if they can sign him as a backup, because as opposed to playing 6, 7 games, maybe coming in and out 2 to 3 games will be better than him consistently playing and give him more opportunities for the defenders to catch the ball. I think that would be a good move. And also, too, I think that would move DTR down a little bit, and he can learn from Flacco, too, as a, next up-and-coming quarterback, hopefully.
Yeah, just let him sit on the sideline as grandpa quarterback. That's fine with me. The guy just turned 39 years old. He's smart. He's intelligent. He's got a Super Bowl win. Why not just let him sit there and be that sideline coach and help whoever our offensive coordinator is, help every other quarterback on our team at that point. That's what his job would technically be. And if we needed him, he can go in and play ball, man. Can you imagine that? Sorry, go ahead.
No, yeah, and also too, like, this is something that a lot of people aren't talking about. Like, not a lot of players that used to play in Cleveland say good things about Cleveland as an organization, but he has nothing but great things, and not only just the organization, but the fans. So I think that alone is a good thing to have in your locker room and for your fans in general. The only issue I'm worried about is once Watt throws a pick, they're going to say, "Where's Flacco?" That's the only thing.
It could be vice versa as well. Say if Flacco does come back and start, and Deshaun Watson's on the sideline, everybody starts chanting that. Mm-hmm. That's how Cleveland fans are.
Yeah, they want the next best thing, that there's Chinese toys sitting on the sideline.
We're so used to winning that we got that little taste of winning, and we're not going to let it go. It's
we want to win at all costs.
My buddy Adam says, I think part of these guys' contract is the big time guys sign should have an in case of injury clause. I do not think it's 100% fair to the ball club that they have to take their gamble by themselves and be stuck.
I agree with that.
Some contracts are written up that way, Adam, unless they're fully guaranteed, like Deshaun Watson's is. His is still fully guaranteed, but he can take a hit, not because of injury, because they're going to have to restructure his contract along with others that are coming up. We're going to talk about that here in a second. I just wanted to touch base with the whole Joe Flacco thing, that there is still a possibility that he could be back here next year with as a Cleveland Brown.
Yeah, I think that would be great. I would do that. I would not think twice about not saying him as a backup. He's a good culture guy, good leader, and we've seen that. We've seen that the 7, 8 games he was here. I mean, the chemistry he had with the team right away from the Rams game was just insane. RJ Baker.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, I was going to comment, but I realized it was a Baker Mayfield comment.
We're going to shut those off for the rest of the night.
Hey, James, I agree. I would like to bring Hunt back, but it's going to have to be like dirt cheap, because all he can do is just get a yard or two.
$4
million.
Score paying him now.
Yeah. Score mad touchdowns, but
he's a Cleveland native. Sorry.
Yeah. No, I think that would be a good move. Him and Flacco, call it a day.
Somebody wants crickets. You got crickets.
RJ came in late. He must not have heard the rule.
I didn't text him that we were going live tonight. He should know, though. It's Tuesday.
Yeah.
He's probably bummed out
at this point.
Right.
We're the best podcast in the world. Who does not know we do that on Tuesday?
Yes. Everybody, like, share, subscribe, please.
Yes. And keep the comments coming, man. The algorithm will push this out to YouTube, and maybe we'll get some new people.
Absolutely. All right. So the thing I've been holding on to the entire show is the salary cap hit that we're going to take this year. And a lot of it has to do with a couple of star players, obviously, as we all know. And if you've seen a chicken scratch that I have on this piece of paper right now in front of me that's got my notes on it to talk about this is we usually go live around 7:30, James Frank. Controversy creates cash, 7:30.
True.
So I'm going to call from now on, Andrew Berry is called Big Bettin' Barry, because first and foremost, what we're doing this year is betting on the Cleveland Browns and the salary cap for every other team in the NFL to go up, increase. We need that. We actually have the highest salary cap in the NFL right now. And we spent it all. It's gone. It's spoken for years. Like,
We broke.
we have dead cap space. People that aren't even on a team anymore that are still getting paid out of contracts. Amari Cooper is the first one I want to talk about because that's going to be a big one.
20 mil.
20 mil. But that 20 mil, if we extend him, could be sectioned out into like signing him further in. You know what I mean?
Like give him a 3-year deal.
So he would
Kind of
take
expand it. None of that 6, 8.
He would
about
take
6.
half. So the way it's written out here is Cooper's third year of 5 of $100 million deal, restructured base salary in 22 was 1.12 million and 18.88 million, which added up to 20 grand or 20 mil. 20 grand. I wouldn't leave the house for 20 grand. Yeah, I would. Anybody want to pay
Yeah, I
20
would.
grand? I'm down. I'll leave right now. We're going to restructure it. I'll probably try to add him for 2 more years. It's looking like, and he is going to take the cap right now is 23.776 million. And we're going to bring him down to 12 and a half mil. We'll call it that. I'm not going to get to these points and all that because it's ridiculous. Deshaun Watson's 5-year deal, $230 million guaranteed.
230.
That's insane, dude. Man, I could live off $1 million probably for the rest of my life, to be honest.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's why we're doing this podcast. We're gonna be making millions. Anyways, yeah, I said millions. Cap hit this year, 54 million. Why do I keep saying thousand? Sorry. Barry is going to restructure that, and I'm thinking it's going to be around 33 to 35 million. And he'll get his money, but it's going to be restructured to him getting only so much per year. So that's one that we got to do. We got Cooper, 2, and then the third one will be Garrett's.
I was going to bring him up.
He's damn near making 30 million a year, or 30 million in 23. The cap hit would be 12.961 million. His $125 million contract would be reconstructed into 12, we'll call it 13 million. So if these players agree to have their contracts played with and be able to pick up more players, receivers, hopefully, and maybe some linemen, that would save us $61.428 million exactly. And you could do a lot with that. That's a lot of money to play with.
Yeah. You can get a receiver, which you need alongside Cooper. You can get probably you're going to need another nickel because I'm pretty sure you're not going to sign Newsome after his performance this year.
I don't know about that, but that is something. And he is making, I think it's like 12.5 mil a year right now.
Yeah. Is it a team option or a player option? I think
that I believe is a team option.
That's why I don't think the team's gonna. I think the team Barry's gonna do what he normally does. He's gonna say, "Go out there and see what you can get, and then come back." And most likely, he's gonna not get what he expects, and then come back for what the team assumes or will say he's worth.
You know what's funny is we're not going to hear this 5th-year option word again until 2028.
2028, because yes, Emerson's still on his rookie contract games. Thank God.
Yes,
because he's going to cost some money. How about you go to Ward and you say, "Listen here, buddy, you're hurt a lot. Why don't you hook us up a little bit with a little discount?"
That'd be great because we're paying that guy a lot of money too.
He's going to probably be like, "No." All right, this is worth a shot.
So about the cap, we have dead money that we're paying players that aren't even on the team anymore. John Johnson, we'll call it 9 mil. Jadeveon Clowney, almost
He's
5
about to
mil
win the He's about to win a Super Bowl while you're paying him.
with
That's
Beckham.
amazing. With Beckham.
Perrion Winfrey, 406,000. Cade York, 364,000. Anthony Schwartz, 224,000, and Tommy Togiai, 169,000. That almost adds up to another 15 million a year. This is it though. After that, that's this year's dead money. That'll be it. And I don't know why when we got rid of like John Johnson and Jadeveon Clowney, why didn't we get rid of Jadeveon Clowney to take that money? Like we'll give you or give us a 5th round and pay off his deal.
Yeah, give us a 5th round and some tape,
Some
ankle tape. RJ said the Browns will be about 17.5 million over the cap in 2024. It can save about 66 million with reconstructors, which includes 33 million from Watson's contract.
Right. And it's about 19 mil. I think we're over cap. So it's going to be an intense off season, to say the least, and we will be here to report everything that we get.
I'm gonna do my Cleveland public education math on you guys, and we're gonna figure it out.
I got Cleveland and Lakewood, so I got.
You got a little more than I do. Lakewood's a little better than Cleveland Public.
2 people I think we should get rid of this year. That'll save some space. The one I'm going to talk about first is going to be Jedrick Wills. I've never liked the guy. I want to get rid of him. He's worth 15 mil. I don't know with his play if anybody's going to really pick him up at all. If that's an option, maybe trade him for some picks. I don't like him. I want him gone. It'll save 15 mil.
I'm conflicted because I feel like he is a good run blocker, but his pass blocking is not good. Yeah, I'm with you. I don't like him, but I do not see value in him, but not at that price.
Yeah, I don't either. After seeing him play, I seen him give up so many times before he went down, and it wasn't my thing. I was rather upset, to say the least. Again, Conklin's always hurt, and I was thinking about him as well, James. That's my second one I would not mind getting rid of, but he's going to be hard because 1, he's injury prone. 2, he's got great play. He is an amazing player when he's not hurt. And somebody would have to pick up the rest of his contract as well because
they'll be considered dead money if they don't, correct?
Technically, unless we could find somebody that will pay off the rest of his contract as well.
No one's going to do that.
Well, it's just like
his injury history.
Exactly, and it's just like we did with Amari Cooper. We paid Dallas and a 5th round pick, I believe it was, and we paid off his remaining balance from Dallas to bring him here. So,
worth it.
Oh, I agree. I actually wrote. It's funny, James. So I wrote Jed Wills 15 million a year with a question mark, and right next to it says "See ya."
Bye, Will.
Fair enough, man.
Titans new coach. He's offensive, so they should help Levis. I think he will be good. I knew they were going to blow that up. As soon as Dre rolled out, I knew they were going to blow it up. New coach, new quarterback, probably. Hopkins is gone. They're going to be a young team. I mean, they're going to suck again, but
we suck again. Oh, I wish I had that as a soundbite.
Yeah, I like Titans. I hope they do well in the draft, but yeah, I think they're going to go have a down year. But I do like their coach. I think their coach is his name escapes me. Bill Callahan's son, right? Is that the one that went there?
Brian Callahan.
Yeah. Okay, Brian Callahan's Tennessee, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But back to the Browns, RJ, because them boys are gone. He's a Dallas fan.
Yeah.
And I don't. Did I talk to you that night, RJ? I might have. He seemed upset. But here's my biggest thing. Back to Jack Conklin, DeJuan Jones, man.
Yeah.
He's He's going to come back next year after that injury. I don't think it was as bad as we were all anticipating his injury was. So I think we're going to be all right. It was a season-ending injury. Obviously, there was one game left. So, fortunately, it matters still because an injury could affect a person's career overall at all.
Yeah.
So with that being said, I think that DeJuan Jones is going to be a perfect fit for that position. Sia Jack Conklin. I could do that.
Now, for the first time, I realized that you can see the comments on the screen, but they're so small I can't read it.
Yeah.
I was like, what is that wording?
I was thinking about fixing that, and I got to figure out where I'm going to put comments at.
That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah. It is cool. I like comments.
Yeah, I like Thanos. Thanos over on the offensive line. He was a steal in the draft. I do think we have a good history. Now I'm a little worried, but Callahan might leave. What that's going to do to offensive line development. But we've been known to pick them out in the draft, and they seem to plug in well. So I'm pretty confident about that.
Honestly, it seems like no matter who we have, we always have a great offensive line. I will give the Browns that 110% all day, every day.
Mm-hmm.
It's inevitable, it seems. And we weren't spending money where we should have, and we're giving these offensive linemen a bunch of money.
Buku money.
Jedrick Wills.
15 mil.
Man.
Isn't that still kind of technically his rookie contract in a way?
No, he's out of that. And then we
okay.
signed him.
Signed him in the extension. Okay.
Yeah, that's one I wish we could take back. And I could be wrong because I'm gonna try not to be a couch coach here, because that's another thing we like to say on the show.
Yes.
So, yes, Browns are setting to hire the Alabama offensive coordinator as a new tight ends coach, and I'm looking forward to that. I guess new blood in here isn't going to hurt anything. I hope.
Yeah. Maybe we can talk about that Tim Couch here on the podcast and how they did him dirty.
99?
99, yeah.
1,000?
And let's talk about 99 in general, how we got screwed.
We're going to save that.
Yes, for a future podcast.
Because in case there's some viewers here that haven't heard, in the future, this offseason, we're going to bring up past years, and we're going to talk about the players, the roster, the moves they made, where we ended up. Obviously, it wasn't good ever, but we won a couple championships back in the day. We can bring those years up first and keep up the love, and then we'll talk about the bad.
Yes, for sure. We were a good team. Baltimore took our team. We should be where Baltimore is currently, but let's not talk about that.
Yes. RJ says Alabama's falling apart in football. And
it is. They're even players are transferring out of there too.
Coming here.
I know we got somebody from Alabama. Can't remember the Buckeyes did. I think it might have been a safety.
Yeah, Paul, I think they both should go. We'll save some money in the long run. But we got to take a break. We're going to come back, and we're going to do Facts with an Angel. So we'll be right back, y'all. What is up, everybody? Mike Wilkes here from the Bearded Browns podcast. Letting you know that we're going to be working with Mistakes on the Lake Clothing. They have everything you need. Why not check them out? If you want to go to their store, it's 4542 Liberty Avenue in beautiful Vermilion, Ohio. Want to contact them? Their phone number is 440-670-3145. They have everything from Cleveland to Columbus gear. They have Lake Erie gear. Why not check it out? It's all great stuff you can give for your wife, your kids, your newborn. They even have onesies. Shirts that say good moms and dads don't raise Michigan fans. Just Ohio stuff. And it's awesome. So be sure to check them out. They have everything you need. Even the candles, custom coasters, King Koozies, wine tumblers, phone grips, everything, stickers. It is awesome. Check them out. Do not be the mistake on a lake and regret this decision. Go and check them out. Yeah, we're going right back into the show. I'm not playing music into it or nothing. We're going right back into it.
Caught me talking to the fans out there.
I've seen the comments pouring in. Do I think Elijah Moore was a disappointment? I do not, Paul, at all. The guy's going to have a huge come out year this year, I hope. I think he's going to show up now that we're figuring out how to use him. Because before it was just jet sweeps and weird plays that we were using him on, and then we actually started using him out in the field. I think he's gonna be an elite receiver. To be honest, I really do.
I do think that once you get Cooper or someone else in him and Njoku, that's going to be crazy, right? Because who are you going to take? And that's going to give opportunities more for him.
Yeah.
Pun intended.
So young, and I believe he's got great potential. Yes, James, I agree.
I do think we forgot to bring up that they do need to sign JOK.
That goes without saying.
Yeah, that's a need. I mean, he was the only person playing in Houston on defense.
Yeah, dude.
That dude was killing it,
man. I'm going to look up something real quick.
Growl said Cleveland teams, Browns, Cavs, Indians have a bad habit of overpaying star players and it's a talent in their career. Two things about that, Matt. One, you have to if you're in Cleveland. Who wants to come and live in this cold place? Two, talk to me when you guys get an actual receiver that doesn't cause drama on the team. You guys have a bad habit in Pittsburgh of drafting divas that cry and complain and ruin your team's culture. If it wasn't for Tomlin, you guys would be bottom of the fishbowl.
He wanted to call your receivers the B word. I felt that.
No, the thing is, Cleveland is not a desirable place to play. That's just what it is. It's cold. The stadium sucks. That's a different podcast. But I do think right now we have the best organization we've ever had since '99. You got Barry. You got a good head coach. You got good scouts. People are going to want to come play here. It's just what it is.
Yeah. So back to JOK, man. In the postseason, 9 total tackles, 8 solo, 1 assisted tackle. That's
Monster,
9 solo tackles, man. Over the season, 101
Crazy.
total tackles, 72 solo, 29 assists, 3.5 sacks, 2 interceptions. Come on, man.
And
That
he
guy's a beast.
progressed. And the beginning of the year did not start off well for him. I remember that he even had to come off the field sometimes. And I think Schwartz even said that we had to calm him down because when he would miss an assignment, he would get so emotionally upset. It was like, dude, calm down, calm down. And he was able to adjust his mental state, and he just started killing it after the bye week. It's insane.
Yeah, I like the guy, 6'2", 221 pounds. I'll
Notre
take him
Dame.
out of Notre Dame, yeah.
Yeah.
2021, round 2, pick 52. That's
going to be a steal, too. Because he should have been a first-round pick. I remember a lot of people worried about his size. But, hey, that's Barry, man. He knows how to get him.
You see how small Greg Newsome is, too, man?
Yeah, I don't like even Ward. Ward's the same. I mean, he's maybe a little taller, but I don't like those frail, small corners.
Yeah, Paul, Tim Couch did get screwed, and I think our next episode might be on that season we came back.
It's going to be titled 99.
Yeah, well, we'll do that. That's actually not a bad idea. So now instead of doing stats with an angel,
because there's no stats to talk about because our season is done.
So we have facts with an angel. You guys ready for that?
Let's go.
You ready, Angel?
I'm ready.
All right. I made a new intro for this and everything. Here we go. But I might have messed it up. You're good.
Okay, now?
Yep.
All right, I'm back with amazing facts for you. We all know it's not a sad story, but 2023-2024 season's theme is all about the injuries. The Browns had 17 players on that list. Injured reserves done for the year. Nick Chubb was one of the notables on that list, sadly enough, because of Matt's team, those Pittsburgh stupid Steelers hurt our guy. Second one was Deshaun Watson. Found a way to hurt his shoulder at the end of it. But, the season he had was 7 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 1,115 yards. He did go 5-1, which no one is talking about, by the way. Yes, his numbers were bad, but he did win 5 games. The Browns had 5 different quarterbacks in 2023, the most in franchise history. Deshaun Watson, DTR, Walker, Flacco, and yes, remember Driscoll? I don't want to remember it. He's a faded memory. The Browns defense consistently had one of the best years in the league. In 2023, the Browns secondary took away a lot of turnovers, and they're first in total yards allowed this defense this year. The Browns gave up a total of 4,593 yards on defense, which is less than the Kansas City Chiefs. However, the Browns still gave up a lot of points, 362 points, which is in the middle of the pack, but still, it goes back to the red zone issue that we've talked about all year on this podcast. Once the teams got into the red zone, the Browns were the worst in the league. They just allowed people to score on will. I don't know why. It doesn't make sense. You have a great defense other than in the red zone. I'm still baffled by that. The Browns made the playoffs after clinching the 5th seed in Week 17. Unfortunately, we all know the loss to the Houston Texans, 45-14. We're all sad about it. We're still getting over it. Kevin is the head coach of the Browns, as we know, and he led the team to their second winning season and another playoff appearance. He's one of the first coaches. He is the first coach to do that since ever coming back. And Kareem Hunt, Jerome Ford were tied for the most touchdowns on the Browns this year with 9 touchdowns. That is it. That's all the facts I have for you this season. I could have said more, but I didn't want to be sad, so I'm out. Thank you. I'll be back next week.
Oh, we're doing a show next week?
I don't know. We'll do a show.
We'll figure it out. We'll let you guys know.
We'll figure it out.
And that was Facts with an Angel. We changed it up a little bit.
Yeah, I forgot JOK had an issue with his heart. You're right, James. Good call on that.
What is that? Schwartz going to working at Red Zone D.
Yeah, he does. Schwartz, that was the worst. I didn't understand it all year, and I was paying attention to it early, and then I started. It became like the penalties, a culture, and the turnovers, the culture, which I didn't even bring up. The Browns, one of the worst in the NFL in offensive turnovers and in penalties. They were in the bottom 5 in penalties, but horrible year. But despite all that, the amazing thing is they won 11 games and they made the playoffs.
In a very weird year.
Very weird year, man. Like normal teams, would have not even made 500. It's insane.
And again, with AFC North being the only team that had positive wins over losses since the 1936. So the AFC North next year is going to be a force to be reckoned with, hands down.
Insane.
With everybody back.
Burrow, especially with Burrow, if he stays healthy, man. Can you imagine that? It's going to be hard to win in that division.
I don't know about the Steelers because the morale of that whole team seems to be just dead right now.
They'll blame Tomlin for that, right, Matt?
Oh, yeah, he actually called he said, what did he say? Or fiction.
He said something about, fiction. No, all that is fact. The Browns did suck this year on defense, and 100% of that's fact, unfortunately.
Yeah,
I wish I could make stuff up.
Definitely feel the same about Elijah Moore. But what was great about him is we didn't really see him too much because when Joe Flacco came here, he was with him in the Jets last year, so they had a mindset of how they're going to play the game already together. That was huge for them, and that's when you started seeing more Elijah Moore.
Yeah.
But he'll be back. I'm almost positive.
I would like Ayuk. Yes, James. Ayuk is a free agent. That would be great
That would be
to
amazing.
get him. But I think San Francisco has money because their quarterback only makes $900,000 a year.
C.J. Stroud was the youngest player to ever make it this far in the playoffs at 22 years old
Yeah, that dude's he's gonna be special, man.
as a rookie. Yeah,
Yeah, he's gonna be special. A lot of people make an argument saying the Browns gave up their pick. They wouldn't have gotten him, man. That was like the 2 pick. We wouldn't have been number 2. That was Houston's pick all the way. But the receivers probably you would have had the receivers that he has for sure.
I loved C.J. Stroud all year until that Browns game.
Yeah,
We got dominated. There's no
we
ifs, ands, or
did.
buts about it. So, slow starting and lack of discipline falls on the coaches. Yes and
Are you
no.
talking about? Yeah, he's talking about Pittsburgh, probably.
I mean, that goes with every team, to be
Yeah.
honest. I've always wanted a guy like Bill Cowher on the sidelines where his veins are popping out of his neck and he's screaming.
Mm-hmm.
I've always wanted that to be on the Browns, but we have never seemed to take that route as a coach. You know, who was it? The interim coach, Greg.
Greg Williams.
He
Greg Williams.
was
Mister, come
somewhat
and get
there.
you some.
Yeah, I like
Yeah,
Greg
yeah.
Williams, man. I did like Greg Williams.
He's still around in Cleveland. I see people post pictures with him a lot.
Yeah, I thought we were going to actually keep him or sign him on next year after his interim position, but we did not.
That was Mike Pettit, right? After that,
Mike Pettin,
Mike?
yeah.
Yeah, Pettit.
He wasn't bad. He had the angry
It-
look, but
Yeah, again. I think some of these coaches got screwed by the drafts that
and
were
again,
being done within the organization. It's
that goes with every team again.
yeah.
Yes, James, I agree. Greg was awesome. I love that guy, man. That guy had so
Yeah.
much enthusiasm on the sideline, man. I was like, here we go. This is what we need, and we got rid of it. And he was
RJ
winning.
said,
Sorry.
yeah, he was winning, and that was. I agree with you. I thought they were going to keep him because of the culture thing, and I think it was one of those things that he was more of a character, and they didn't like that because he's very in your face, cussing, and I don't think the organization likes that. They like the clean cuts Kevin guy who's just like calm. Everybody relax. We're gonna breathe in.
I heard him cuss in the locker room. He
Oh yeah.
censored some stuff on here.
Yeah. RJ asks, do you think the Cowboys should get rid of Dak? Who will they get to replace him? Should be your question. I don't think they can get anybody to replace Dak. So yes, you would keep him.
I am so sick of that. Don't get me wrong, RJ, I have respect for you because you always like the Cowboys, but I can't stand the Cowboys, man. It's always a choke unless you're in the Emmitt Smith, Michael Irving days. You know what I mean? Like
Facts.
Troy Aikman, all that great time. But every
Correct.
dude, I want Dan Campbell.
Yeah, I was about to read that because that's a good comparison. I just think Dan Campbell is more professional about the way he does it. Does that make sense?
But he looks like a badass too.
Yeah, he does. He does, man. I'm kind of pulling for them. I'm hoping they complete it. No, because I like the golf story. He was told he wasn't good enough in LA. He's coming back. He beat them, and he can go and win after being down in the dumps. I like that story.
Redemption, man.
And the fact that Detroit, Detroit's like us. We're hardworking people. That would be good for that city.
It would. Unlike when, Chicago Cubs and the Indians were in a World Series. Nobody likes Chicago.
We should have won that series.
We should have, but we didn't. Dang it.
Justin Fields will be good in Dallas. I think Justin Fields is going to go to Atlanta, though.
I'm gonna stop you right there for a second. I think Justin Fields would be good anywhere else but Chicago.
Yeah, I was going to give many other teams. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree. I think Justin Fields is going to be good. I don't know about Trey Lance, man. He seemed to. I don't know. Maybe he was young and he needed some time to develop. We'll see.
Baker
Trey Lance.
Mayfield-esque.
Yeah.
I said it.
Sorry. We got to do that.
But I want the Lions to win at Slim Shady Super Bowl.
Dude, that would be and just to have some excitement if that happens, Usher needs to have him come in during the halftime show.
That would be intense.
Because no
I'll
one's going to
destroy it.
watch an Usher halftime show. I don't know if there's any
I'm
Usher
going
fans
to,
in
man.
the
I used to
chat.
listen to Usher back
Oh,
in
you
the
do?
day.
I do. I like him, but I'm like, I would rather have somebody like, I don't know, more relevant.
My wife heard Reba McEntire's playing, and she is ecstatic now. She cannot wait to watch the halftime show.
Yeah. That's going to be a weird one then. I wonder how they're going to mix all that.
Caleb Williams to the
together.
Bears.
Yeah.
See you. Yeah. I was actually, I don't remember what I was watching, but I seen something that said, it was a comedian. He's like, do not go to a Super Bowl party. He's like, when you get there, all that's going to happen is you're going to have people talking to out the entire game. And then the commercials come on, they all get silent. And then the whole rest of the game, they're talking about the commercials. Then the halftime show comes on, and they're talking about
That's
that.
true.
Then the game comes
That's
back
true.
on, and they're talking about more commercials and nothing about the game. I'm like, man,
That's
that is
true.
very true.
Yeah. I went to a Super Bowl. I don't want to call it a party. It was just like a gathering. And it was just me, and my wife really doesn't watch football. So it was just me in the living room watching the game while everybody else was in the kitchen talking. It was the Lady Gaga Super Bowl. I forgot what Super Bowl that was. I
Oh,
remember because then that's when everyone came into the living room and was like, oh, Lady Gaga. I'm like, you do know there's a game happening here, right?
Yeah. If the Chiefs make it and win it, it's all because of Taylor Swift. James.
The Swiftie effect, huh? All right. Well, we'll see.
I don't.
I mean, pick your poison. Do you want Baltimore or do you want Kansas City? I mean,
neither. I want
Yeah,
Detroit
that's
to
what I'm
just
saying.
win it
Like-
now.
like you got to pick your poison. You can't. I don't know.
So everybody, who do you want to win between Baltimore and Kansas City? We obviously got to pick. I mean, I'm gonna have to go with Baltimore because they're AFC North.
Yeah, me
they're our
too.
division.
And former Browns. Yeah.
And I do not want to see Patrick Mahomes. No, I don't. Ever since that offsides crap that he pulled a couple weeks ago, I've lost all respect. I have respect for Travis Kelce. That's about it. And
Clevelander.
yeah, I after that offsides call against the Bills,
He was getting snowballs pelted at him. You seen that?
who?
Yeah. The Bills fans are throwing snowballs at Patrick Mahomes.
That's great.
He was like running around celebrating. He got hit in the head by a snowball. And he's talking about it. He's like, yeah, they're very classy there in Buffalo.
Yeah, just like you, dude. Complain about a blatantly obvious offsides call.
Yeah.
Did you see how people like moved him up like 5 or 10 more yards? And said, what?
That's like, what do you mean?
The NFL is trying to boost profits with Swifties, so it makes sense. And it's funny you say that
That's
because
a good point.
the other day I was just scrolling through Facebook and I seen my wife's cousin's got her whole family. They're all, oh no, there's a couple boys. But everybody's wearing Chiefs shirts. And her husband, Mike, is a huge Browns fan. And I'm like, Mike, you're letting us have it in your house? And he's like, dude, I have no control over here. It was bad.
Come on.
No.
Are they wearing Travis Kelce?
I think that I don't even think they were jerseys. They were just Kansas City shirts. And then he explained it's because of Taylor Swift.
Come on, bro. That is sick. It is a cult. I'm gonna say what it is. Those Swifties are a cult.
Not only that, it's like when. So, do you remember back in the day? Drew Bledsoe is on the New England Patriots. Who comes in right after him and blows it up?
The GOAT.
Tom Brady. Out of the woodwork. It's just Patriots fans everywhere.
Everywhere. Yeah. I've been a Patriots fan my whole life.
Yeah. And then, boom, he's gone. Where are those Patriots fans at now? Like, come on.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was cool. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
I don't know
what it was.
was.
It sounded like somebody was. It sounded like a sound effect. I thought you played a sound effect.
I wish I would have. I should have recorded that. Oh, I got it recorded because actually everything's working today, so we're good.
Yes,
John
I
with
did hear
MGK
about
offer.
that.
Yeah, Kelsey. 500,000, and I think he said if he wins the Super Bowl, he'll give him another 500,000.
Yeah. Well, it's never gonna happen.
Slim Shady and the Lions win. Yeah, RJ.
That would be fun. That would be a good Super Bowl. Lions and Chiefs. Lions win. I don't know. We'll see.
Lions and the Ravens.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm on my conspiracy theory. Yeah, that's a good point. They may want Taylor Swift so more people can view her in the box.
She ain't playing in the damn Super Bowl halftime show. She could go somewhere else. She can go on vacation with Travis while Baltimore
plays.
Yeah.
You know, if I think about that, you're right. Greg Williams did get hit with that bounty, that gate. What's it called? The bounty gate. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Maybe
I
that's
forgot
why.
about that.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
And that's probably why we let him go. Honestly, it was because of the past.
Could be.
It is what it is.
Is what it is.
Yeah, guys. I think we're gonna wrap it up.
Mad comments tonight, though. Thanks, guys. Appreciate
thank you, guys. That was great. I'm gonna upload this to Apple Podcast either tonight or tomorrow. If you guys want to listen again while you're at work, feel free. Subscribe to us on there. I don't really know how that works, but you feel free. Hit us up on there.
5 stars, comment, do all the cool things.
Yeah, like, share, subscribe, and we will let you guys know.
We're almost at 500 followers on Facebook, and that will allow us to go live in there and YouTube and on Facebook. So if you guys can share the page, that would be great too.
We need 19 more followers, and I think next time we go live, we'll be live on YouTube and Facebook, and maybe something else I am looking into. So there's never going to be Browns talk to be not
follow our OnlyFans page.
It's called Bearded Browns. Beep. We'll be there. All the skin to show.
Thank you guys for the love today. Keep an eye out. I don't know. Maybe we can do one next week. We'll see.
Yeah, absolutely. If you guys want to, shout out some years that you want us to actually do some homework on, and we'll talk about that entire year for an episode. And I think it'd be fun to talk about a way to keep everybody happy and talking Browns throughout the year. I think that'd be awesome. I actually bought a book. I showed you that 101 Things a Browns fan should know before you die. I know one damn thing. We should win a Super Bowl before I die. That'd be great.
That would be great. That would be awesome. Bearded Browns, Bussy. That's funny. That was a good one.
Oh, man.
That was a good one. 99 for sure. I think that would be the first one we talk about.
Yeah,
let's take a week off, and then we'll talk about 99 coming into. Wait, you know what? Can't do that.
No, here's what we'll do.
We'll start at Disney.
Oh yeah, we'll start. So we got to go live next week before you leave.
Yeah, we have to.
We'll start a poll. Sorry for that that loud. We're gonna start a poll on a page. We'll bring up maybe 5 or 6 good years, and then you guys can vote. It looks like 99 is what we're gonna start off with. But for future reference, it'd be good to know. Like I said, we're gonna bring up stats. We're gonna bring up rosters, talk about players, what they did. Even O.J. Simpson. Not really.
I'm gonna bring him up, but yeah, let's
I heard
do
that
it.
in your voice. Okay, that's a new one.
84. All right.
84. I was born a year later.
We'll talk about players too, James, for sure. Maybe that year's best player.
Stats with an angel. We could bring that
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, bring that back. It'll be old school stats.
We could do it either way. It's facts and stats. That's what I should have did it as.
Facts and stats, yeah.
We'll figure it out. We will see you guys
Yeah.
hopefully next week. Love you guys. Thanks again. And like, share, subscribe. Get it out there. We're going to continue to do this. Whoa.
I got balloons.
Oh, it's because you're on your iPad
Oh, yeah.
and you're doing signs. What? Yeah, that's what it is. It's not going to work.
I don't think it'll work now.
Oh, yeah. We tried. But yeah, we'll see you guys next week. Thank you for being here today. And we will see you guys very soon. Do not miss out. 7:30 Tuesdays. You heard me. I said 7:30 Tuesdays. Be here or be
Square.